AskReddit by Tetty J. What is 25 years too old for? Sleeping in the car and waking up in your bed. It took me a minute to process that this does not mean you passed out drunk in your car while driving and then woke up at home afterwards. Lack of accountability. I have a cuz that is way too old to not take accountability for the things he does. He's dated a girl who was straight out of high school and she ended up breaking up with him. He's toxic, never physically but emotionally. I'm so glad she did cause he started spreading mad rumors about her, all sexual. He ended up getting his shit rocked by her dad and friends and he still refuses to see what he did wrong. Looking down on stuff you liked as a teen because you're too old for it. I think that age 19-20ish was when I realized how dumb it was to be embarrassed about hobbies and interests. Not being able to do basic chores yourself and relying on parents' partners to do them for you. I think I read too many haters. I'm 30 and sadly was so pampered and taken care of until like 23, even after moving out from my dad's at 18, that I'm still learning new basic things. In fact, just earlier today my sister was over and showed me the proper way to sweep. I always use it as a cautionary tale for others to make sure they learn and teach their kids. It's a nice sentiment to want to take care of them, but there has to be a line. The swing with the leg holes at the park. My friend did this when he was 17. Got stuck and the fire department had to come to get him out. The best part was because he was a minor, they made him call his dad to come pick him up. This was many years ago, but I like to remind him as much as possible. Not cleaning up after yourself. We had a 25-year-old house guest last summer. One night he walks into the living room and goes, "Sorry guys, I clogged the toilet upstairs." We thought it was weird that he brought it to our attention, so we laughed it off and just assumed he took care of it. Nope. We walk upstairs an hour later to find the toilet filled to the brim with shit water. When I confronted him about it, he goes, "Oh, well, where I grew up somebody else would always take care of that for you." I later found out the kid grew up extremely wealthy and would just tell the maid's housekeepers to clean up his shit clogged toilets. Too young to die. And too old to eat off the kids' menu. What a stupid age. Oh, dip. Buortlelius. Leading people on. No one has time for that shit after 25. It's hard enough out there in the dating game, and holding someone down when they could be pursuing someone else is a dick move. For starting a career as a competitive gymnast. I'm 54, but as soon as zero gravity gymnastics becomes competitive, I'm going for gold. Learning that actions have consequences. You can't just undo things or backpedal your way through life. Regretting them won't help either. Instead of dwelling over the past, one should use that past as fuel for the future. What you once did wrong shouldn't be repeated, and instead, do the right thing instead. Worrying what other people think. It was such a great day when I realized I didn't have to keep seeking ambiguous approval from random people. Sure, there's people whose opinions I value, but as for the general public, I don't have to try and appease some norms and I can relax into being myself. I'm 25, and I'm quite an anxious person. I don't really know how to not worry about what people think of me. Edit. Thank you to all responding to me and for being so kind. It feels nice to have a vulnerable moment on Reddit be followed by so many sympathetic people. Temper tantrum. Agreed. From now on, strictly professional tantrums only. A banana. Most bananas I get barely last a week. I think that after 25 years, it's time to throw it out. Have you tried freezing it? My mom definitely has 25-year-old bananas in her freezer. She's planning to make banana bread any day now. Screaming I'm doing when on the toilet. Come wipe my butt. Expecting that a significant achievement will merit prodigy status. 25 is still pretty young in coaching, government or the corporate and business world. Too old for drama and fake friends. Once I got out of places like college and especially high school, I really started valuing my free time and it became easier to pick out relationships I thought were actually worth it and tend to them. If you still find yourself hanging out with people you hate you once you're no longer required to be in a space with those people, that's on you, with certain exceptions pertaining to abusive relationships of course. High school drinking parties. Stop being a damn creep. Once you are 21 you are too old. Cops come. Oh, you're the only one who can legally provide alcohol there? That's a felony. Making mistakes and blaming everyone else, thus never learning and living in a cycle of bad choices due to lack of self-awareness. I feel like that's less of an age thing and more of maturity and willing to learn and get better thing. Got elders doing that as often as kids, and every year in between. 15 years old. Whoop whoop, that's the sound of the police. Worrying about what others think of you. Live your life. They can get bent if they don't like what you're doing for your life. Committing petty crimes. 25 is just about the age where what I call the newspaper effect starts to set in. If you read Local Man, 24, arrested for, insert petty crime, you think he's just a kid. If you read the same thing about someone 25 plus you assume they're a piece of trash that won't get their life together. There are a couple dumbasses that I went to high school with who got arrested for throwing rocks at cars driving on the freeway. They were 32 and 33 years old and one of them has children. Edit. I just found the article. https://www.denverpost.com/2018/12/interstate-25-crime-loveland-rocks/ closed bracket and they were 31 and 32. My bad. Emo, because it turned into an addiction. I'm gonna say drinking every day, too much partying. Cool it down before it's too late. As a 25-year-old who lives with similar aged roommates, I notice it's about this age one starts reflecting on that party lifestyle and either addresses it or doesn't. Edit. Everyone thinks I'm only talking about alcohol. I'm talking all substances that change your mind. I personally struggle with weed, although I have been 100% sober this month. For thinking you are too old for arbitrary things. Stay youthful, people. Do whatever makes you happy, within reason. Dating minors. Not to be confused with minors. They are some pretty hard-working people. Edit. Many people are questioning what about a minor. At that point you really have to understand that it is up for discussion. To be a minor, they must be very mature for their age and not like the other girls. Mining is hard work. Good thing we're dwarfs. Shitting in your pants at work. Good thing I'm still 24. Depends on the context. Shitting your pants at work on accident is something you should have grown out of by the time you're 25. However, standing in the middle of the office, grabbing everyone's attention and then purposely shitting yourself with full commitment is something that demands nothing but respect and should definitely be done after the age of 25. It's told to go another year without starting your D&D career. You need to establish yourself with a group of friends who will age with you as you continue your campaigns together. Otherwise you'll end up like me, a closet dork who is just now coming to terms with the fact that I've always wanted to play it, but was too afraid to ask someone to show me. Now I'm older and trying to teach myself and I have no one to play good me. Check out your local hobby shop. Usually places like that have D&D campaigns, Magic, The Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, and many more things. It's a great way to meet other people and see what's out there. Dating a teenager. When I was 16 I dated a 28-year-old guy, thinking I was hot shit. Now I'm 32 and constantly thinking what the fuck. Leonardo DiCaprio. You won't convince me this thread wasn't a setup for this joke. Just here to make sure nobody says video games. 25 is too old to be making fun of people for their hobbies so long as they are legal and ethical. Thinking 24 is funny. You know what's funnier than 24?